Apple Glow Time event just happened last night for me, and it seems like the iPhone 16 Pro and the normal models are coming out next week. And after going through the entire event, here is my immediate thoughts on the 4 features that I believe make the iPhone 16 and the 16 Pro worth it to buy this year. But before we go through each of the 4 elements, I want to show you this feature comparison so that you can identify the values of the newer iPhone. So, what do you think of those overall features? Do you think they are great, or do you think they're just incremental improvement? Now, back to the video, and the first feature is going to be the camera, specifically photos and video capability. In terms of hardware, there is not that much of a difference between the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 16. The only thing that is different is that the 16 now has a anti-reflective lens cover. For the 16 Pro and the 16 Pro Max, it now is a 48 megapixel ultrawide instead of the 12 megapixel from last year. And another great thing is that both models, the normal 16 and the 16 Pro, will have fusion camera, which basically means the main camera will give you 2 optical quality, because the fusion element comes from the built-in 2x telephoto functionality that essentially adds telephoto capability from the best lens on the device. So the fact that this fusion camera is also coming to the normal 16, it makes the iPhone 16 not that far off compared to the 16 Pro. And that alone makes me think that it's a great value for money device, the normal 16. Additionally, both camera will have an additional button. They call it camera control, where you can switch between different mode, different functionality on the cameras. You can zoom in and out easily just by sliding the top of that. And the fact that it comes on both iPhone, that itself is great value for money for this year iPhone.
I'd say it's still pretty tempting to say that this base model is probably a better buy for most people over the Pro phones, but
however, what differentiates between the Pro and the normal model is the video capability, where we now will have the Pro Cinematic Slow-Mo on the 16 Pro and Pro Max, which is something that I'm super excited about, because in the event they show the process of how they filmed the Weekend music video with 4K 120 FPS on the iPhone 16 Pro and the Pro Max, and it looks absolutely stunning. The fact that we can now film great slow-mo video on iPhone, that alone can make me envision what kind of shots I can make with iPhones, and that was the first exciting features on both the iPhone 16 and the iPhone 16 Pro. Now, for the second features of this iPhone that I really like and excited for this year is the silicon inside each of the iPhone. iPhones now have to ensure that they can support Apple Intelligence. So the chipset as well as the silicon inside of it needs to have that power, and it also needs to be built with efficiency in mind as well. And very surprisingly, this year iPhone 16 will not be getting the old A17 Pro chip. Instead, it will skip 2 generations and it will go directly to the A18 chip, which is great because from what Apple has mentioned, it will now support AAA games as well as great graphic performance, and overall will allow the user to use the phone and Apple Intelligence smoothly, and that is something that I'm very excited about. And the same goes for the Pro model. There will be a great A18 Pro chip inside of it, will be extreme when it comes to performance. But we also need to remember that this is a great phone because Apple has this power-hungry chip, but they also designed the interior to support that power-hungry chip with better thermal performance or heat management, as well as bigger battery life. And combining all of that together, it creates these amazing phones, which I am very excited about. And also, I'm excited to see how this power-hungry chip perform and how efficient it will be when we get it and test it later on this channel. So yeah, the fact that this year iPhone has silicon that is built with intention to support Apple Intelligence, so it needs the power, it needs the structure to support that power, that really makes me think that logically it's one of the best iPhone for the past few years for us to invest our money in. And for that features alone, I think it's a great time to buy an iPhone this year. And speaking of Apple Intelligence, that is our third features which I believe I'm quite excited for. And that is a feature that is very exciting on paper, but we really need to see how it is executed first, because from the keynote, we hear Apple mention so much about Apple Intelligence.
In June, we launched Apple Intelligence, our powerful new personal intelligence system, which will have an incredible impact. The iPhone has been designed for Apple Intelligence from the ground up.
Now, we're bringing together that personal context with the power of generative models to deliver intelligence that understands you. Apple Intelligence is the personal intelligence.
Apple Intelligence is going to transform so much of what you do with iPhone. Month, with more features rolling out in the months to come.
But a lot of those features will come out later this year or after the phone is released, which basically hints that when you get the iPhones, a lot of those features will not be on your iPhone, which is a bit concerning, but it's Apple we're talking about. So I highly doubt that they will ruin their reputation over that, but I still believe that we should be careful, maybe see a few reviews on how this feature will perform first before you go straight in and buy the iPhone, or you can buy it and be the one who tests it. But overall, nonetheless, from what we can see from the keynote events, these points about Apple Intelligence are very exciting, and if all of them are true, then it's definitely a feature that we all should be excited for, and it brings extreme convenience to us, the users, and I am personally excited for this feature. And like I said, if it comes true, it definitely will make this year iPhone the iPhone to get, the iPhone to buy, and yeah, I think it deserves its spot in one of the top 4 features of the iPhone. And for the final features that I really like, it will be the increase in the screen size, specifically on the Pro model. The Pro will get 6.3 inch and the Pro Max will be 6.9 inches. And that is an amazing upgrade, because before the 16 Pro comes out, I was planning to get the Pro Max because I want bigger screen size. But the place that I live in, having bigger screen on an iPhone can sometimes scream, please someone just steal it from me, and I'm very concerned about that part. But I want bigger screen size. But the fact that Apple has now upgraded the normal model to 6.3 inch, I think it's amazing. It's definitely a worth investment to get the normal Pro. And an icing on the cake is the fact that this year model, the Pro and the Pro Max all have the same features. So I just think that the fact that both models have the same features and the normal Pro is $200 less, sacrificing only a bit of battery and screen sizes, and for my own safety and convenience, I will definitely go for the iPhone 16, and I personally like it because, like I said, it made me change my decision to go from buying a 16 Pro Max to the normal 16 Pro. So yeah, those are the 4 main features which I believe are something that I'm excited about, and I think people should be excited for as well, especially when it comes to the functionality. The only concerning part is Apple Intelligence, but again, knowing Apple, I don't think they will flop it as hard as other companies, so I will trust them on that, but we'll still need to see the actual review on it. And yeah, I have saved up my money and I'm planning to buy the phone, so I will also do a review on the channel. If you're excited for that, I will do my best to share the experience of using that with all of you guys, so maybe you can leave a like and a subscribe. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks, goodbye, and peace.